Morning Lighthouse. Over these next 4 or 5 days, we're just going to do a quick devotional thought to help us think about some of the things that we're in at the moment and to keep us all together. We want you to know that the staff are still meeting every morning at Lighthouse to worship together, and we're praying for you at a good social distance, but we're praying for you and for you at this time, and pray that God will be really near to you. And don't forget, we're to be people that are full of faith and not fear. Ever since I've lived in North Norfolk, one of the things I've missed that I didn't even think about when we lived in Norwich was I miss McDonald's. And the other day I was in Norwich and I went to McDonald's for breakfast, which is the one thing I really love at McDonald's. And it was only when I was standing in a queue with about 5 other guys, I realised that, totally not planned, all 5 of us had stood in the boxes that had been taped out on the floor so that we kept our social distance. And suddenly that made me think, I thought, this is a bit like a game of chess. I don't know much about chess. I don't know anything really. In fact, my 7-year-old grandson could just wipe me out. He's so good at it. But I was just thinking, are we in this season going to be the pawns that get pushed and shoved around? Are we going to be those that, are just grabbing stuff off the shelves and being so rude to some of the people that are caring for us in our shops at this time? Or are we going to be the kings and queens, the bishops, the castles, the real movers and groovers? And that led me to think of a verse from Deuteronomy 28, verse 13. And I remember years ago hearing a preacher called Ben Davis preach on this verse. And his sermon has stuck with me all those years. And this is the verse: "And the Lord will make you the head and not the tail. And you shall only go up and not down, if you obey the commandments of the Lord your God. And the Lord will make you the head and not the tail." Lighthouse, in this situation, are we going to be the head? Are we going to be people secure in Christ that are faith-filled? Are we going to be secure in the roots that we have that says we are loved, and that before the foundation of the earth God knew us, and that our future is secure? Or are we going to be the tail, just flapping around in what the culture's throwing us at this time? Lighthouse, even if you're alone, I challenge you today to pray with others, to share with others, to care. Get that directory being used. Check your neighbours are all okay. About 4 years ago, I read a book, and if I'm honest, I wish I'd never read it, because it caused me so much heart searching. It was by a guy called Alan Hirsch, and it's called 5Q. And it's about those verses in Ephesians that talk about, and God gave some to be apostles and prophets and evangelists and shepherds and teachers. And he put a whole new light on those verses for me. In fact, this book became such a holy irritant, I just wanted to go and see this guy talk for myself. And the only place I could find him was in Glasgow. Glasgow's a long way from Sheringham. But I took the decision that I would go to Glasgow. I got the sleeper train from London, and I went up there overnight, spent the day listening to him, got about a 15-minute conversation with him, and then came back again. And over the last few years, I've just been unpacking what that whole thing means about the whole church functioning in their gifts as apostles, as prophets, evangelists, as shepherds, and as teachers. So over these next few days, a few of us are going to be putting thoughts out on those things. How does that make a difference to the situation that we're in? So Lighthouse, just do what you do best. Be the church of the living God. And just let you know, as a team, we're right there trying to do all that we can. Have a good day.